Good morning. How you doing today?
Pretty good, man. We tried to get Sacco, but he's busy at the moment, so we're going to switch it up a little bit.
That's okay. That's okay. No problem at all.
You probably been up at Adams since about 6 a.m., right?
I would probably say a little bit earlier than that.
It's championship weekend, man. You don't get much sleep, right?
No, I haven't got much this whole entire week. So.
What's this week been like for you? I mean, obviously, nobody really expected you guys to be in this championship game, coming in as a number 6 seed, and all of a sudden you're in the finals. So your season continues past Thanksgiving, and obviously great feeling as a coach to be in this position, but also you got a ton of work to do to get ready for a team like Shawnee, which is one of the best in South Jersey.
Absolutely. First, we're honored and privileged to be playing in this game, especially for the season that we wound up having. It's been one giant roller coaster ride, but I attribute that to the kids. The kids had stuck together through the ups and downs, and it's great. It's an exciting time, exciting feeling. You can feel the buzz going throughout the town, throughout the school. The support we get from our administration and the students. They come out and support us every single game, and it's just a great feeling overall because these kids didn't really get to experience much of that during the course of the season, us going through that 5-game streak that we went through.
It was kind of funny after the opening round when you guys won, and then the number 7 seed won. We were kind of joking around like, oh boy, now the booster club's got to scramble and get ready for a home game. You're not expecting to have a home game when you come in as a 6 seed.
We got done our game against Central, and some of the staff members that know the 5 that we were going to wind up playing home. So we bring the kids in at the end, and they're all standing around waiting for me to say something. I was like, "Yeah, we got a home game," and the kids were ecstatic at that point. And it was great, just for them to have some success this year after everything they've been through. I'm really happy for them.
What did you think, Coach, coming into this season? You're looking at the schedule on paper. You knew you had some really tough games to start out with. Did you feel like, okay, if we can get through some of these real tough matchups early on, maybe we can get on a roll?
Yeah, the one thing we tried to preach from the very beginning is, our goal was try to get back into the postseason. And, how we were going to accomplish that, we were going to try to take it one game at a time. And, we were able to get off to a good start early on. And then it was that those 5 games was brutal. It was, we were just physically overmatched, athletically overmatched, but, it wasn't a lack of effort on the kids' part. We would have some good quarters, and then we would have some really bad quarters, and through it all, the kids just kept practicing, wanting to get better each and every day. And, we just kept preaching to them if we could find some way to get in, with the schedule that we're playing. I truly believe that, we could possibly make a run. I don't know how far it was going to go, but it would have been nice to play, some Group 4 schools. And, Shawnee's in the same boat. Their schedule is tough. And, when it's all said and done, in Group 4, the 2 teams I think that had the toughest schedules are playing in the finals.
Now, Coach, it's one thing to preach all this stuff to 16 and 17-year-old kids, but it's another thing to get them to believe it, especially when you're, 0-3, 1-4, when you're having that kind of start. Was there ever any doubt with these kids, or did they feel like, okay, we just got to get through this game or the next one, and if we can get a win here or there, maybe that'll kickstart something?
Yeah, I don't necessarily know if there was ever any doubt. Obviously they were getting it from all ends. Even, some of the people in the town, it was tough for them. They're hearing it wherever they go, and it was tough. But we tried to stay on top of them. And again, the kids it was like I said, it wasn't a lack of effort. They were giving everything that they got, and they were trying to get better each and every week. And at some point we were hoping something was going to give, and eventually it did. And like I said, that's why we told the kids, you don't get too many times in life second chances at things. And, for us to get a second chance at being in the postseason, it was great. And now we get a second chance at playing Shawnee again.
Talking with Coach Jim Raso of Hammonton Blue Devils. And, Coach, it's kind of funny you mentioned the townsfolk, and Hammonton is definitely one of those towns. It kind of reminds me of one of those old Texas towns where you go to the barber shop, you go to the pizza shop, and the old guys are like, hey, what's going on with the team? It's definitely one of those towns where everybody's kind of like, hey, you got 3-4 losses, what's going on? We're expected better. So that's another thing that can be tough on high school kids.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. It was tough on me too, because I actually live here.
You're ordering in, right? You're not going to pick up the stuff at the pizza shop.
Well, it's the funny thing is, like, my daughter was cheering for the youth organization. My son was playing, so I would go down there afterwards, and everybody's always asking, what happened, how are we going to fix this? And it was tough. I'll be honest with you, it was tough, but I kind of hoped in the back of my head, man, if we could just somehow get in, we'd be able to kind of turn this thing around, and luckily we were able to do that.
Now, Coach, what was your pregame speech like before the playoff opener?
Well, we kind of try to pride ourselves on pregame speeches. So, the kids love it. They get all into it. And each week I try to come up with a different kind of theme. And I can tell it by the reaction of the kids when I'm on point, or sometimes when I'm trying to reach for things to say. Because during the course of the season, sometimes you feel like you're saying the same things over and over again. But the kids love that part of it, and they really get into it.
Coach, what's it been like this week? Obviously, these kids, I don't know if they expected to be in this position, but now they find out they are after you win the semifinal game, and probably just a whole new attitude around the practice field. A lot of energy, I'm sure, as these kids are, especially the seniors. I mean, you got one last chance, and to have a shot at a championship on your final game, that's got to be an incredible feeling.
Yeah, I mean, you could just see it in the kids' eyes, the determination, the want, the desire, and they know what's on the line. And like I said, it's been a great feel. Obviously as a coach, you dream about coaching in this kind of game, and as a player, you dream about playing in this kind of game. I mean, everything that we do all off season, the practices, the lifts, the summer conditioning, it's all for this moment right here, right now. And the kids really do know what's in front of them. And I told them, you're just going to go out there and we give everything we got and try to take care of the football as best we can. If your best effort is going to be good enough, so let it be. If it's not, and you left it out on the field, then that means the other team was better than us.
We're talking with Jim Raso, head coach of Hammonton football team. They're taking on Shawnee tomorrow night at 6 p.m. in the South Jersey Group 4 final at Rowan University. And, Coach, what do you think tomorrow's going to be like? Obviously, it's tough playing late in the day there. You're kind of sitting around all day and waiting for that game to happen. How do you approach tomorrow? And what do you do with these kids in the morning? I'm sure you have sort of a structured day set up so they're not just sitting around thinking about things.
Yeah, we're going to try to approach it the same as if we were playing almost like a Friday night. Obviously, playing at 6 a little bit earlier. We usually bring them in. We go through our normal routine, and then we wind up having a team meal together. And come back to the locker room. At that point, we'll get loaded up on the bus and start heading up to Rowan. The funny thing is, someone actually told me this along the way, that with us opening up at week 0 and playing in the last game, it's probably one of the longest seasons that someone actually has had.
Right. So what do you think your emotions will be like as kickoff happens? I mean, this is a team that halfway through the season you weren't sure it was even going to make the playoffs, and here you are in the state championship game, and it's going to be hard for you as a coach and as a coaching staff to kind of control your emotions, right?
Yeah, I get very emotional, and the kids know that. When I used to play on emotion. I kind of coach on emotion. So, the biggest thing is not to get too overboard with it, and realize that this is a game, and we got to just go out there and try to execute on all cylinders. And that's a great team, a great program we're playing over there. So our work's going to be cut out for us, and just try to keep everything in check. And it's hard because you're human and you're going to feel certain emotions, but when it's all said and done, we got to just try to give it everything we got.
Good stuff, Coach. We appreciate you taking a few minutes. I know you got a lot of work to get done today, so we'll let you get to that. Good luck tomorrow night, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much for having me on this morning.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Have a great weekend.
You too.
That's Coach Jim Raso of the Hammonton High School football team, number 6 seed in the championship game